Hey, good afternoon. This is Lunch with Laura. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, a good start to the week. Today's topic is going to be five warning signs that show that he hasn't changed. So I know you probably maybe have heard or you've had your own experience where, you said, I'm done. This is over with. This is not working out. And not too soon afterwards, he shows up and says, hey, I'm ready to be everything you want me to be. Should you trust him? So today we're going to be talking about what you can really look for, the red flags that show that it's probably not a good idea. It's going to be the same old, okay? So you don't want to be stuck in a situation where it's going to be 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, okay? So, because as women, we are always, suckers for a good redemption story, right? So who didn't love Shawshank Redemption, right? Or any other movie where the underdog just, comes through and learns the lesson and starts to walk into their destiny, right? So, number one, this is the first one where you can tell that he hasn't changed, all right? You look to see where he spends his money, because where he spends his money is where his heart is. And I've seen it to be true over and over again. Really what's important to guys, they will put their money where their mouth is. Whether it's, whether the most important thing is buying fancy, expensive toys that they can play with, whether it's Xbox or cars or car accessories or, doing other stuff that you probably don't appreciate, whether that's going to these different clubs or whatever it is. Guys tend to put their money where their mouth is. And so, if you see that they're spending money the same way that they did before, and that was a real problem, a real issue for you, say for example, you're like, I'm really interested in a guy that, really wants to look forward to saving, or, we want to accomplish this and that, we want to save for a house, whatever it is, whatever goals that you have. If you see that's really not a priority for him, he probably hasn't changed, okay? It's probably a deal breaker for you. So where he spends his money will tell you a lot. Okay, so number two, you won't go to counseling. And that's a big, huge red flag. If there were issues that he was really struggling with, and you know that he could really probably benefit from counseling, but he won't have any part of it. Unfortunately, I had that experience. I finally got my ex to go to counseling, but he would not participate. He just kind of sat there and, blamed everybody else and really didn't have any meaningful participation, really didn't have his heart open to really doing the homework that the counselor wanted us to do, or even just filling out the basic paperwork to even get the counseling started. So if you really see that he's driving with the emergency brake on in that area, and you know that there were some areas in his life that he really was struggling with, and that he really could use help of counseling. And I know some people, this is such a stigma for them, and that really hurts my heart. That really makes me feel sad, because I am the biggest advocate for counseling. I've been to wonderful counselors that's helped me so much. I don't even have words in English to explain it. And I only speak English, so but they have been wonderful. So I know from personal experience, counseling can really just do worlds of wonder and set you free, and just allow you to be able to see things from a different and higher perspective. That's what good counselors do. You found every once in a while you'll find one. Okay, maybe I won't work the best with that person. So you go and interview and have a session and talk to somebody else and see. You're bound to find someone who you have rapport with, who you really like. Okay, yeah, we're firing on all cylinders here, and that's really working for me. So just know, okay. So if you want to go to counseling, big red flag. Number three, everything's a secret. If all of a sudden, every phone conversation, he has to step into the other room, or, you ask him this basic question, hey, how was your day? It seems like, he's afraid to tell you. I mean, obviously, if he has a job where, confidentiality is important, okay, I get that. If he works in the medical field, okay, he can't tell you about everything because of HIPAA. I get that. But it's just basic stuff. Yeah, how was your day? You didn't have to go into great detail. But if everything seems like he's holding everything close to the vest and is dancing around giving you an answer, and, really feels like he's always deflecting attention away, you ask him a question and he always turns it around and turns it into a question directed at you, then, that's an issue. Everything's a secret. He's not being transparent. You probably should keep it moving, okay? Number 4. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Number 4, you're getting the bum's rush. And some people, I'm really dating myself, that really means like you feel like you're being rushed in everything. You don't have time to think about anything. You don't have time to really sit down and consider. So that's called getting the bum's rush. You're getting rushed into making a decision. You're being rushed into making a decision one way or the other, where you're going to get back into this relationship with him or not. So if you really feel like, he's in a big hurry to get back in your good graces, he's acting like his life depends on it unless you make a decision right now to let him back into your life, he probably doesn't have your best interest at heart. So, because someone who does have your best interest at heart would say, you know what, baby, just take your time. I'm here at whatever level you want me to be. I'm an open book, and we can just take our time. If that's not coming out of his mouth, if he's all in a big hurry, 9 times out of 10, he's trying to get your emotions all entangled again before you figure out, we're still going to go around the same mountain over and over again because nothing has changed. So just be very careful about that. If you're feeling rushed, he doesn't have your best interest at heart. Number 5, don't ignore that gut feeling that you have. If you feel like something's not right, you can tell so much by people, when they're talking to you, you can look into their eyes. Hey, Willow, when you look into their eyes and you just something's not settled in your heart. Don't ignore it. You may call it intuition. You may call it a hunch. You may call it instinct. Some people, if you're a believer like me, you say it's the Holy Spirit talking to you and saying, hey, I'm trying to get your attention. Don't ignore the butterflies in your stomach that say, hey, something's not right. You don't feel right in his presence, or you don't feel right talking to him on the phone. There's something in his voice, something the way he said it. Don't ignore those things. Those are the things that are trying to say, hey, pay attention. You may not understand everything right this second. Hey, Lori, I'm so glad. I'm so sorry. And sometimes, too, when I'm on live, there is a delay. So sometimes if you typed in something and it takes me a minute to respond, that's why. It takes me a minute to see that you're there. So I don't see you live. I just see that your profile picture. That's it. So I don't see you, whatever you're doing right now. So just like, can she see me what I'm doing? No, I can't. I just see your profile picture. Okay. So don't ignore the butterflies that are in your stomach. That say, I have a bad feeling about what this guy is trying to tell me. I have a bad feeling. And if I need to step back and wait a couple of weeks, a couple of months, however long it takes for you, because nobody's going to protect you like you are, right? And, if somebody, again, doesn't have your best interest at heart and is looking to try to find another way to, say, for example, they tried to take advantage of you before, and they're in a real desperate situation, they'll come back again with no shame, no shame at all. So, and unfortunately, hey, Connie, and unfortunately, I've had people in my life try to give me the bum's rush and try to, say all kinds of things. And Laura, that just means you have unforgiveness in your heart. If you won't let me, if you don't restore me back to the same position, same power and influence, and the same, having the same position that I had before in your life, no, you don't deserve it. So don't be embarrassed by that. You have to protect you, and if he does have your best interest at heart, then he will be patient. He will let you just, he'll be open book, and he will be open and transparent with you. So that's the bottom line. If you don't see those traits that he's open, transparent, patient with you, and, is willing to really honestly work with you, whether it's go to counseling, whatever that is. If you don't see those signs, 9 times out of 10, you're going to run into the same thing. And if I can avoid anybody else, going through all that muckety-muck that I've seen for other people, and I've unfortunately, in some extent, experienced for myself, then, this video's done its job, okay? So let me just recap really quick. If he says, I'm under new management, I'm like, yeah, right, really? Let's see. Let's check out the warning signs. So let me recap. Number 1, where he spends his money is where his heart is. So watch what he's doing with his money. Number 2, he won't go to counseling. So be careful about that. Number 3, everything's a secret. So, you always know that's a bad sign. Number 4, you're getting the bum's rush. You feel like you're being rushed to make a decision. And number 5, don't ignore when Holy Spirit's trying to tell you, don't ignore that gut feeling, those butterflies in your stomach that say, hey, something's wrong. If you don't understand what that is, take your time. It will be revealed. Everything that's done in the dark comes to light. That's just the bottom line. So I hope that you ladies found this helpful today. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Monday. I have no idea what tomorrow's topic is going to be, so I'm letting Holy Spirit download that during today. And other than that, enjoy the rest of your lunch. And thank you for joining me, and have a good rest of the day. Take care. Bye, ladies.